Hi everyone, it's Lynnea and welcome back to day 2 of the LDRS Creative Features for November. If you haven't seen my video for day 1, be sure to go back. It'll be the video that was previously posted yesterday on my channel. I showed you how to use a stencil to do some dry embossing. Today I'm going to show you how to use a die to do dry embossing. I'm using the Modern Trellis A2 Coverplate die over gold cardstock, and rather than die cutting this, I'm going to be impressing this image into my cardstock. You can do this technique with any die. It does not have to be a cover die. Here's how I do it for my machine. I'm using the Spellbinders Platinum 6. This sandwich is going to be different for each die cutting machine. So here's how I do it for my Spellbinders. If you have a different machine, be sure to look on the manufacturer's website. Now in hindsight, I wish that I had cut my gold cardstock to be slightly larger than what I needed it to be. That way I didn't have to make sure that this was exactly lined up, but that's okay. I made it work in the end. So I used my platform, my Spellbinders rubber embossing mat, then the cardstock, and then the die cut, or the cover plate, and then my blue embossing plate. And here is the finished design. It is not cut through the back. The die did not cut through at all. It gives me this pretty embossed look. And I'm going to be making this into a holiday card, so that's why I use the gold cardstock. I think any background can be holiday if it's in gold. So here's where you can see my die I didn't line up my cardstock exactly perfectly with my die, so I should have cut my gold cardstock a little bit larger than my cover plate, but I didn't. That's okay. I'm going to go ahead and just cut down this background using my paper trimmer, and it'll be okay. I'm just going to go ahead and use my paper trimmer, line up my cardstock, and I will cut off all 4 sides leading up to that edge design. So mainly I'm cutting off the stitched edging and just leaving a little bit of the gold cardstock around that panel. I cut a piece of red cardstock to mat that onto, and now I wanted to create something to go in the center of my card. And I played around a little bit with how I was going to do this. I thought maybe I would use the Chloe numeric dies to cut a 25 for December 25th, but in the end, I ended up using the Peace and Joy 6x6 pattern paper pack and the diagonal stitched layered frames die set. I have the smallest die out of that die set, and I just cut a piece of that red cardstock, and I'm going to create a quick and easy present. I cut it out, and it has this pretty rectangle shape that usually you would put a sentiment or another image onto. Instead, I'm just going to cut some twine and fuss around with this and wrap this around until I get it the way that I want it to be. Then all I'm going to do is just start adhering my items together. So I'm going to put that dry embossed Modern Trellis A2 cover plate piece onto my red cardstock. I'm gluing that on flat. And then I have my little faux present here with that pattern paper. I wrapped my twine around it, and I'm going to I tied a bow as well, and I didn't know if I wanted the bow right in the middle or on top of the present. I wanted to add a sentiment first so that I would know better where to put that sentiment. So I stamped the Christmas Wishes sentiment stack onto both red and green cardstock using my watermark emboss ink, and I gold heat embossed those sentiments, and then I cut them all out with the wave sentiment stack die. So now I have a whole bunch of holiday sentiments ready to go, and I keep them all in the back of my stamp pocket. In the end, I decided to put that bow right in the middle of my present and put my sentiment right below it. So I hope you've enjoyed the LDRS creative features these last 2 days, and that you've learned how to use your stencils and your dies to do some easy dry embossing. On the screen now are a couple more videos that I thought you might enjoy. Thanks for watching. Bye!